How can we reduce the unplanned downtime or expedite mean time with AI?
I feel there is still scope of any AI platform in kind of reducing the unplanned downtime or in expediting the mean time to repair. I think we all been discussing about that. So while you've kind of taken steps in that journey and built some systems or some siloed solutions or digital twins, IoT and so on. But when you look at overall industry 4.0 what is your view on where an AI or a platform can still play a role in terms of that last mile or collaborating with your supplier or resident engineer on your OEM, on your the replenishment plan or the maintenance orbit. What's your view on that? Are organizations like you thinking on those lines to see and get some platform or tools in place? Maybe if
Question, yeah.
No, definitely just like RDA. So we got a 50 plus CHE machines in our machine shop. But today what normally is that what we have all discussed, like example preventive, predictive, combination of preventive and predictive. But there is no one tool that is completely based on the data, facts, AI. Because what you talk, you one of a case, one spindle, one bearing. But if you imagine a machine shop of 50 plus CNC machines, obviously it is not that easy for a maintenance manager to have LTP beaten to repair data, spares, catalog, how much the background work it has to be. Obviously the tool has to be there. There is no such one tool available experience. So,
okay. And if you go to your plant head or manufacturing head with this kind of idea, what do you hear or are they also interested in this or they push back? I just want to understand because you will be dealing with your production head, manufacturing heads with this topic. One, like he said, is on the approval, but the other is, if you go saying that here are some tools or here is a technology or here is a platform.
one not hear from them is to like we have the one word in IT like we all talked about. There's one word, Gemini's word, the word, which is downtime.
Right, which nobody wants to hear. Yeah, so irrespective of the solutions that you propose
To reduce the runtime, prescriptive, preventive, we call it adaptive maintenance.
it's something which reduces your loss. So don't get caught off guard. Here, this is what management stand is.
So in this entire chain, so one is the tool and technology. The other is basically the human who are acting on that. Because still the technology cannot do the functional expertise that the pilots are coming and the human is not acting. Nobody should be the preventive maintenance support is there and the shop person or the maintenance person paying attention to it and ignoring that error. So obviously the cycle will miss and with the downtime. Similarly, while putting the multiple sensors and doing the predictiveness in the failure side, but again the action is to be taken by the human. And I think in this entire chain and in the connectivity chain, the weakest mainly the view. And where they have to be geared up because we all know you all work the manufacturing organization and we know what that is. In the pressures are different, the actions are different, and sometimes the things are missing. So while good part is that technology is supporting in big way, and many companies are adopting, but ultimately it's a PPT, people process and technology.
People process. Mention about the weakest link is human. Sir. That is, the chain is on the weakest.
Others to quickly to add your point, seek and what you mentioned is correct. When there are 50, 100 machines in a tree, okay, to managing that is very difficult. But more important is when at the start of the year you are planning a project, it is very difficult. Okay, when it's the data which is coming from the system, if it is giving this year these many machines, these many spares are required, that they make easy our life easy. Okay, so this is very important aspect. So otherwise budgets of maintenance, it is very difficult. If I budget maybe 5
keeping the right state on this,
So forecasting and not analysis. It's very essential. You need to have a, like land matrix, or you need to have, some kind of heat map. What if you do this? Refers to accountability. Human being weakest, but if there's accountability, there is enough indication given. There are enough tools and technologies or integration being done on your mobile device. So you will be aware, right? And you will be given all the consequences. What worst can happen in a given scenario? Every event is evaluated with say what worst can happen. What worst can happen if you don't take this corrective action. And if you're ready to sign up, that impact, then it's your call. They able to clear indication that you took this call. You might give an explanation for that, and then if you are unhappy, you will take a ridiculous. But if you really informed decision, yes,
I think most of the numbers they are of this target. On we have been and then maybe then right and if you come up with some proposal that we are in some solution which can identify what will go wrong, I think they will not say no to that.
This was sorry, Barry. The summary is there. To go with unplanned downtime reduction of more go out.
Something happens later on, at least you can tell us and I okay only.
Value addition. Okay. Basically, when we purchase a new machine, we whatever you suggest spares, those spares we take. But for you, if you are taking, you have 100 machines, you are making new machines, you can derive these are the spares I require. So that is the additional advantage.
Just Hari, the life of the machine is also equally important. As if I am buying the cash it, my expectations are very low on it. But we have got a range of machinery which are 20 years old, 10 years old, and the discussion goes very, very difficult. And sometimes predicting is also challenging.
So exactly the difference between IT and IT. Actually, here, using Epic, 25 years using, 27 years. So I think that's where we need to see how the expert is. So,
Here I want just with the light example, but we are taking society. We have built AI on our inventories and for the space, milliverse space. And from there, the parameter cycle of budget, somebody has said out budget, right? So it comes from there. You touch upon the old machines. So for any process industry, machines are old days we can say than the other results. So we have what mainly the compressor and various parts. What we do is when we order, it takes around year and a half to come to that level. Today what we have, what is there? We have multiple brands, multiple all these things, multiple type of pumps and compressors, new, old, everything. It is what we do. We take data, old data, totally. From that we know that what space have been used in past.
Yeah.
And what type of machine. From there we can predict that the machine which is older, the 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever numbers are there. From that they need suppose that but there's a too costly of these machines. For that they need suppose in a year may need 2 spare or 3 spare or 1 spare, whatsoever. Likewise we get this data from that. And on that basis they do the quality. But that is part of PM. Think the budget for space budget.
So what finally, you got to see it is more about your preventive maintenance planning and budgeting.
Preventive, but it is not a super preventive. I say AI way of use. Each kill and also it's not for one spare required for a compressor. One compressor requires 2 spares, and the other compressor requires only 1, which is very new, and some compressor may require 3 spares. Correct? That spare compressor cost is too high than the spare, but it's okay that we will have it at 3 spares. Maybe, correct? Can maybe the calculation.
Interesting. I would.
Now there is that not don't stop there. Yeah, don't stop there. Whatever, whenever there is a requirement of spare, when they do the BR in a civil say, at that time, our AIEJ gives them the prediction, gives them the rate, how much spare they should count. Because this is a different team. When they're putting the PR, you will say, no, we don't want 2, we want only 1. Then again, we want capital one versus AC, capital, so they're blocking. There it hits us. So that are the things which are in place now. That is very beneficial things what we have got. It has taken time, but I will say it very easily now, it has taken time. When we say AI, it doesn't happen immediately, it takes time.
If I take that model as now, I would like move is likely shift